Well, hello friends, Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Man, I am the luckiest man in America, or at least I feel that way every morning I wake up. And when you get to be my age, waking up is a big deal. That's why I always say, as long as I can get up out of bed, it is a good day, because I could be 6 feet under pushing up daisies. And no matter how bad things may seem, I got to tell you, there's millions of people that wish that they were in your shoes, even though you've got all kinds of problems. That's one thing that I've learned, to be appreciative of what you got. Now, it's so funny that it seems like at times I have more people that hate me and tell me that I'm an idiot than people who actually like being here. And you know what? Nothing could be further from the truth, because it's just that the people who hate me are just a bunch of loudmouth people. They just want to be heard. They want to get a reaction, and I get this. I guess most of their lives just suck, and they just want to be hateful asses. I get it. It's okay. We understand. You need love too. That's right. Trolls need love too. And maybe if those trolls got some love, maybe they wouldn't be trolls. But, whatever floats your boat, whatever makes you happy. If it makes you happy being a hateful ass, by all means, go ahead. Me, on the other hand, it's not going to stop me from being me. It's not going to stop me from doing what I want to do. And it's not going to stop me from being on here. So, get used to it. And since you people are always talking about me being on, excuse my language, being on Dak's nuts, being a stalker for my quarterback, Dak Prescott, it's not a matter of I'm crazy about him and things like that. It's me trying to at least put out the real deal with him. Because some of you guys out there are so ignorant that you actually listen to all these talking heads and believe everything they say. They went on about the $40 million. Dak Prescott wants $40 million. He wants $5 million more a year than anybody else out there, and all that. And of course, he's nutty to turn down a $30 million deal. Now, let's understand here something. Do you think that that's the only deal that he's ever going to get? Do you think that, if you don't take $30 million a year, then you're never going to get another offer? Come on, man. You don't take the first deal that's offered to you. Marcus Lawrence certainly didn't, did he? No. Cowboys came back and said, we thought we were going to get a deal done for $18 million. And now he's being kind of greedy. He's not a team player. And that's what we're doing right here. But you know what? And as far as Zeke goes, you remember when the Cowboys talked about, we're going to make Zeke Elliott whole. We understand that Zeke Elliott is underpaid. We understand that Zeke Elliott deserves a contract like Todd Gurley's. So it's not like Zeke just said out of nowhere that he wants a new deal. No. And as far as all this loyalty everybody talks about, you should be a team player. You should be loyal. But let's stop for a second. This is business. And if your premise is that the NFL teams are always holding up to the deals, well, let's take hypothetically Albert Haynesworth's deal. Redskins offered him $100 million, and after 2 years they cut him, and rightfully so. But he only got 33 of that $100 million contract that he signed. Huh. Dez Bryant signed a contract as well. Cowboys cut him and then did not pay him the rest of the contract, which is legal thing to do. So where's the loyalty from the team to the players honoring the contract? Because technically, all these deals really is one-year deals. And the only thing that you have to bank on is that guaranteed money. And if you don't perform, believe me, the team is not going to be a team player when it comes to paying you. So understand, that is business. And as far as Zeke Elliott goes, here's something that a lot of you don't realize. You don't. Because after 3 years, the player has the right to hold out and to renegotiate a deal if they outperform their deal. So Zeke Elliott is on his 4th year. He is still able to do this legally, as in the structure of the CBA. So as you go through and sit there and condemn Zeke Elliott for doing what he has all rights to do, and saying that the team should be a team player, let's think about the team. If the team is completely a team player, they should look and say, you know what? He's doing Melvin Gordon type work. He's doing, Alvin Kamara type work. He's doing Todd Gurley work. He should be paid like that because that's the fair thing to do. So I'm amazed at how fans are so quick to jump on the NFL team side and throw the player who's been out there every single play, giving his all, his body, his heart, his soul to the team. And that's the thing that's amazing to me too. But we all know there's different rules to Cowboy players than other players. Because I remember last week where we were talking about practice. Not a game now. We were talking about practice. And Dak had 2 interceptions in practice. And oh my God, the Red Sea parted and people were ready to throw him just like all over the place, okay? They were throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Dak Prescott, he's the worst. He threw 2 interceptions in practice. Oh my God, they were losing their freaking mind. NFL Network was going, Dak threw a couple interceptions in practice and things, We're talking about that contract. Is he actually a franchise quarterback? 2 interceptions in practice. This is where you realize how different the media is and how the Dallas Cowboys are covered to the nth degree. Because today, friends, the San Francisco 49ers, okay? Jimmy Garoppolo, a guy who they say has the Bill Belichick stamp of approval. So when he got paid off of 8 games, that was it. That was his book, 8 games, playing mostly for New England, okay? And New England, by the way, let me point something out to you. Here's an interesting stat that you can go at with your friends. Do you realize that Bill Belichick, who's had quarterbacks who have started for him for the first time, no matter who they were, no matter where they drafted, every single time they have won their first game at least? It's incredible. It's incredible because you think about Jimmy Garoppolo coming off because Tom Brady was suspended. You think about, Jacoby Brissett. His first game he played because he played for Jimmy Garoppolo, who was injured. Got injured after 3 games. He came in and won for New England. Think about Matt Castle, how Matt Castle came in. He won his first game. So when you start saying they have the Bill Belichick stamp of approval, take a look around the NFL with all the quarterbacks that have been with Bill Belichick, how they've done in other places. It's kind of like the coaches that have been with Bill Belichick. If you follow them with other teams, it's not real good. It makes you realize how good a coach that Bill Belichick is and how he is the difference maker and how they have a system that doesn't matter who's there. They do well. Don't get this twisted and think that I'm trying to say that Tom Brady is just assistant quarterback, because Tom Brady is special. But he also benefits from being in the AFC East, where you've got Miami, the Jets, and Buffalo, and having Bill Belichick and his ways. So we have that. So Jimmy Garoppolo, who at one time was the highest paid quarterback in the NFL, not very long ago, today threw not 1 interception in a row, not 2 interceptions in a row, not 3 interceptions in a row, not 4 interceptions in a row, but 5. 5 interceptions in a row in practice. Can you imagine if that had been Dak Prescott, who threw 5 interceptions in a row? Because when I bring up this whole thing about, take a look at Jimmy Garoppolo's numbers after he signed that contract and since he's been there. A guy who doesn't yet have 3,000 yards in the NFL total throws. Where I say that I think that he's not as good as everybody thinks he is. They say, oh, no, you're wrong. But he threw 5 interceptions in practice. And again, that kind of thing happens. Sometimes you're trying something different. You're trying to see, is this a good play for us? And you realize, no, don't ever run that shit again. And then you start thinking about our quarterback, Dak Prescott. And it doesn't matter what you bring up. Everything is always a reason why that doesn't matter. You know, when you say wins, wins don't matter with the quarterback. They sure do count when you go to get you to the Super Bowl, don't they? Wins seem to count there. And then they're always told that, teams win because of the quarterback, right? Unless it's Dak Prescott. If it's Dak Prescott, then it doesn't matter. Because we're always told that the team, they won, and, look at Aaron Rodgers. They won because of Aaron Rodgers. They lost, it's because of the quarterback. But if we lose, they're going to say it's because of Dak Prescott. If we win, it's not. I'm just pointing those things out. But here's what we got today from Jason Garrett. And I'm going to have another video later. Unfortunately, I forgot to bring the paperwork on it. And, since trolls are always saying that I'm all Dak all the time because this is a Dak-friendly channel, I'll do another one just for you trolls out there. And I'll actually answer a question from one of you trolls. Yeah. Because I'm like that. Don't you know? I'm like that. I'm vengeful. When you come into my house and you talk trash about me and challenge me, brother, you better make sure you have your shit together. Because I'm coming back at you, and I'm coming strong to the mic. I'm not half-stepping. That's right. So make sure you're ready for it. And make sure when I come back at you, you man the F up and bring your ass right back here for your medicine. Because I'm a grown-ass man. Are you? But our coach, Jason Garrett, who's on the hot seat, said this about my quarterback. Dak's done some really good things in 3 years in his career. But he's a young football player, and that seems to be the thing that people don't remember about. When you point out that, hey, look at the numbers compared to other players at this time, they don't look at that. Even though you can look and say, his numbers in 3 years are better than Russell Wilson's were in 3 years. They will compare him to where Russell Wilson is today. So that's fine. But he's a young football player at that position, which is very true. It's only been 3 years. He's going to keep getting better. His mindset, his mentality, and his work ethic is as good as anybody I've ever been around. He's going to keep getting better. And that's my thing with you guys. I'm not saying that he is a Hall of Famer right now. I have never said that. I have never said that he is the best quarterback in football. Never said that. Although you guys will say that I have. But what I say is, because here we were last year. Last year at this time, you guys were telling Dak regrets. He sucked. He's going to be flipping burgers next year. He just doesn't have it. He can't do it. Isn't that what you guys said last year? And some of you were happy the way the season started out when we didn't have a number one wide receiver. And as Dak's numbers got better, as I said, he's going to get better. And he will continue to get better. He will, as his career progresses, hopefully will be progressing and doing better. You guys won't give him that benefit of the doubt and say that he'll do better. We keep hearing that, Carson Wentz, his ceiling is up there, How do you know? How do you know that Carson Wentz doesn't have Romo-itis and that he is constantly at this point in his career going to have injuries like Sam Bradford? As good as Andrew Luck is, Andrew Luck has been injury prone, and now he may not start the beginning of this season because we're hearing about a small tiny bone in his foot. That's a problem. We went from having just kind of soreness in the calf to now having an ankle problem. And this has followed the pattern of Andrew Luck. And in the NFL, one of the best traits are your best ability is your availability and being consistent. Those are things we have of a quarterback. And I say, at least look and see where are we going to be a year or two down the road. But some of you won't even give him the benefit of the doubt. So as you can see, I'm tired. My back is killing me. My knees hurt. But I'm still full of fire, and I'm going to be bringing it to you. And for all you people that hate me so much and everything else, and hate my boy Philly 500, he's a dingbat. He's an Eagle fan, but he's actually really good people. And I can't hold everything against him just because he supports that butt ugly team. But him and I are going to have a little discussion about the NFC East. And we'll be talking about those giant cockroaches because they're feeling left out. And they also are feeling like their team is the team to beat since they looked so good last week with Daniel Jones. I'm Mark Holmes, and I just love being here with you guys. And I'm going to go get me something to eat because I'm hungry, and I'll see you soon.